Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Fish Stroll bringing you the second round that I played against this guy. Got him twice in a row in the matchmaking, so I decided to do a little series on the two games that we played. So he brought a very balanced army last time, so I think he's going to do kind of the same thing. I bring a more traditional Katana core, except I bring my fire rockets as well. So I got 6 Katana Samurai. 2 of those are fresh. I had to spend a little less money on my veterans so I could afford the fire rockets. I got 2 Bow Samurai and then 4 Light Cavalry along with 2 Bow Samurai. Over here on the other side, it's a lot of what we saw before, but he's got 2 Matchlock Samurai detachments over here with the RE Samurai being protected on the flanks. He's got the 2 bows, elite bows in the middle. One's a Daikyu Samurai, 200 range, yikes, and a Bow Warrior Monk that also has 200 range. Got a front line of a bunch of attendants, but fortunately for me, he has no cavalry that I remember. I don't remember seeing cavalry. I might be wrong, but I don't see any cavalry here. And you got the Katana Samurai, only 2 of them, and then a couple Naginata Samurai. So a very balanced army, but he's very short on melee power in this one, unlike the last one. So I have a big advantage there with my 6 Katanas for them being pretty decent veterans, like 6, 7, 4-star Katana Samurai. So definitely looking okay for me. I got 3 Ariashigaru, 1 on one flank and 2 on the right. So looking pretty good there on my sword or spears on the flanks. Going to try and capture the sword dojo with my light cavalry, and it looks like I'm going to be able to do it. He's going to get into position on the hills. So I think this is a very interesting map. This is Awake foothills, and it's actually really interesting. It's pockmarked by all these steep hills that are pretty small, but it can be very difficult to use matchlocks on this one because of the terrain. But if you get him into a good position, like this spot right here, then you can just absolutely devastate. So it's a very finesse-oriented map in every way. You got to get your charges good with the hills, and also it's a very rewarding map and a good one to play if you're both experienced players like the ones in this one. So I'm setting up. I'm going to try and use this hill to shield myself on the left from the matchlocks. He's spread out very, very wide, which is good for me. I'm going to try and keep my guys in an interior line sort of thought, clumped up pretty close together, and just keep them as a Katana death ball because I have a big, big infantry advantage. So as long as I don't let the matchlocks tear me apart, and the bows as well, I can't let them skirmish with me, then I'm going to be pretty good in this one. Again, he also doesn't have any cavalry in this one, and my fire rockets will hopefully be able to devastate. I have not. Oh, I did reveal them. They're sticking here out of the woods. That's really unfortunate. But I was trying to keep them hidden, but they won't be hidden forever because I'm definitely taking the offensive in this one, and there's no trees that I could use to sneak all the way up to the front line. So they're going to start skirmishing with me, so I'm like, okay, it's definitely my time to go. I got the sword dojo, so giving me an even bigger melee advantage. I'm going to start reforming slightly, and his matchlocks are, again, ridiculous. 150 range, and my bows are just like, oh, hi, matchlocks, yeah, you can shoot us. I'm not going to shoot back. So I have to order them to go ahead and start shooting into the matchlock warrior monks. And hopefully I can take out this matchlock detachment and sort of nullify any advantage that he might have. So I'm going to use the hill. It's to my advantage. Again, ouch, 88 men left in this Katana Samurai from these bows. Very dangerous, those elite bow units. Good field of fire for him. It's nice and open. My samurai have nowhere to hide. I'm just going to basically use these bows as a distraction and try and take those matchlocks. So I'm going on the offensive here. I'm going to send a Yari Ashigaru just to tie down this matchlock samurai. I also send a light cavalry because all I want to do is just tie down his matchlock so I can just absolutely cut through his melee units, maybe open a hole. If I can get even a light cavalry back there to his bows, things will be looking pretty good for me. So there we are in the line. A little late on my charge orders. Now, unfortunately, I left my fire rockets on fire at will like an idiot, and they're just going to go and actually hurt my own guys' morale. Look at that. Oh, what a terrible, terrible shot. So I'm going to try and reload and just have my fire rockets harass his bows. Going to clean up the Naginata attendants pretty easily. My big melee advantage with the sword dojo, I'm just going to absolutely cut through this guy's melee unit. So if he doesn't have any way to stop that, this should be a pretty easy victory for my katanas that I'm thinking. So light cavalry is going to split up, just try and get through to the matchlocks and the bows. Just microing my light cavalry, trying to get a good charge. I should have sent him into the Katana Samurai, but I was trying to find a hole to get in the center of his army to kill those bows and the general. So fire rocket is just going to be harassing his ranged units, and this big melee advantage that I have is going to work out really well for me. Matchlock Samurai down to 46 men after that initial action, so they're going to start shooting in my rear, which is very bad. But only 46 men in the unit should be able to be fine until I can clean up these infantry units and reposition. So his bows are shooting at my general, trying to put me under pressure, while I attack his general, who has moved into stand and fight with my Katana Samurai. Again, just not even going to get this guy. There we go. Cavalry finds a hole right in the middle. I'm going to send him off to attack the melee units while my fire rockets go and just try and harass these units here on the wing. But I think I'm doing more morale damage to the enemy than to myself. Both samurai got tied down by Nagi attendants, but they should be able to win that battle pretty easily. Again, playing a very dangerous game with the fire rockets in maybe killing my own general. So I'm going to pull my general out of that side and just focus on this left flank where I'm winning pretty decisively. I figure if I can just win over here, then I can just clean up whatever's over here. So Katana's just getting mauled over here by his katanas, and Nagi not is. So he had a pretty strong flank over on that side. I'm just going to keep harassing. Now that my men are pretty much routed, I'm just going to keep firing the fire rockets and weaken them as much as I can while we clean up this left side. Again, just absolutely swarming this general. He still has 19 men. Oh my god, just kill the general. All I want is just kill a leadership general and stand to fight. Melee battle just going kind of as you'd expect. I'm just kind of cutting through him, but I'm also losing a surprising amount of men. 2 of my Katana Samurai I've already routed. I got 4 left, and in pretty bad shape. This one's 73, this one's 72. This one up here I kind of forgot about for a second is at 40. Just trying to micro my cav to get as many charges as I can off. I don't have any great cavalry, it's all light cavalry, but at least I have that general. Managed to tie down his match-like samurai, and I've overwhelmed this wing, and everything that's on his right is going to now come towards me. So this samurai is losing against the Yari samurai and the general somehow, so I'm just going to shoot my fire rockets in there and just try and do as much damage as I can. See that guy flying down the hill there. Before this Katana samurai routes, because again I got a lot of numbers, and my bows are going to start shooting into his bows as well, so will my fire rockets. And I'm just going to be cleaning up this position here on the hill. So it was a pretty easy melee fight for me in the infantry. Ended up being harder than it should have. My fire rockets weren't very effective in this one. I think I may have done more damage to myself than I did to the enemy, and caused my right flank to just kind of rout. So battle's not over yet. I got some hurt units, some wavering units. His Naginata samurai are holding out very well, and you know, it could be a general snipe or something, but thankfully I do manage to rout those Naginata samurai, and all he's got left are Yari samurai and a couple bows. I think, well, I'll just get these bows off the field with my cavalry, and so I could just annihilate that threat. Thankfully they're going to rout pretty handily. There they go, they're going to shatter. I'm going to move on to the Daikyu samurai, while the rest of my katanas are just going to clean up the Yari samurai and go for the general, who has 9 men left in the unit still. He mounts up, and I'm going to... There, finally I get a good charge on general. Still alive though. Still alive with 4 men. Just can't kill generals. And there it is. That was round number 2. Managed to just kind of clump up and send a katana death ball into the middle of his army, which works out pretty well. My fire rockets not as effective as they could have been. Again, losing the element of surprise with keeping on fire at will was a big mistake on my part, and ended up doing a lot of morale damage to myself there on the right side. But yeah, I got to be careful with those fire rockets. So that was the second game I played with them. It's always good to play like an experienced player. It was 2 tough battles, 2 pretty close ones, but we ended up splitting the series and just having a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, everybody, and good luck on the battlefield.